Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. This is Ciara from Ciara T Designs, and today I have these really fun whimsical house cards to share with you, so let's jump right in. So to start, I am going to cut down my cardstock. As always, I have A2 sized bases, which when scored is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm taking off about 1/8 of an inch from my panel. I'm not adding a mat on these cards, as you guys saw from the opening images, but I am still going to give myself a layer just because I like how that looks. You could of course leave it full size if that's your preference. And then I'm also going to bring in a piece of leftover cardstock that I used to make, I think it was a slimline base. So it's a very, very thick cardstock. The cardstock I'm cutting right now, though I know it looks the exact same as the others, is actually way thicker. And I'm going to use that to create my stencil. Now you could use a stencil material, you could use Yupo, you could use so many different things. I'm just using leftover cardstock that I don't really know what else to do with to create stencils. So I cut a large circle out of it, and that is going to be the stencil I'm going to use to create the background. Now I have these super cute SpellBinders whimsical houses. This is the brand new set by Vicky Papineau. She also has a couple of other ones. I could not get my hands on them. I really want the blooms. If you guys have seen the set at all, she also has a whimsical blooms that goes with these houses. Sadly, I could not get my hands on them. This is the only one I could get for now. So I am going to, of course, work with these houses because they are super cute. So I'm going to cut them 3 times because as you guys can see, I am going to make 3 cards. And I'm trying to save the little bits that go in the windows. So you kind of have 2 choices here. With the windows, you can either leave them white or leave them see-through or color them. So you kind of have a couple of options as to what to do. Generally, I would try to leave them in there just because I find otherwise like you don't see through a house unless the house is broken, right? So usually they would be darker than the house or potentially the same shade as the house depending on, of course, what you're looking at, what kind of scene you're looking at. But I decided that I wanted to have the windows look kind of warm. So I went in with, I believe it's mustard seed. I'm just checking my notes. Yes, it's mustard seed. I went in with mustard seed and a little blending brush, and I'm going to just blend this on to every window that's in the house. I know that's not, super realistic. You could choose to leave some lit up, some not. Totally up to you and the vibe you're going for. But I wanted these houses to feel welcoming and in their whimsicalness. So I am choosing to light up every window in the idea that, maybe somebody has a fireplace and maybe they have a very open concept house and you can just see the light shine throughout the whole house. So that is something I was kind of thinking about, but you could really do anything with these windows. That's completely up to you. But to get them to stay in that little area, I am using some low tack tape. This is highlighter tape that a lovely subscriber sent to my PO box. Thank you again so much. And I'm going to just use that to hold the windows into every house. So you see here, I just take a little piece of this, I cover up the hole with it, and then I place the window back in side just to kind of create that warm look. And again, there's so many things you could do with these. You don't have to do yellow. You could do black. I mean, maybe there's nobody home in these houses, although that would look interesting with the white house, but it is an option. So keep that in mind. Now I'm going to use that same low tack tape and I'm going to adhere my stencil to my panel. I cut this to be the exact same size as my panel so that it would be really easy to do the ink blending. And so I'm going to go in with chipped sapphire and a little bit of black soot. And that's kind of creating my night scene. I wanted it to read as a night. It's not, I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, I think it's cut off. Aqua's foot pops in the thing and she's stealing houses there. It was really cute. I don't know. You could do any scene here. You could do purples, like dark purples for a night scene. There's so many options. I went with this because I knew I was going to use light pinks for the houses. And I thought the light pink sitting against the navy kind of dark background would look really pretty. But again, you pick colors that work for you. I mean, pink and purple look stunning together. You could do like teals. Teals could be really cool. If maybe this isn't, an earthy scene, maybe the sky is a completely different color. So this is something you could easily play with because these houses are so whimsical. They lend themselves to just be beautiful with any color palette and any kind of something interesting. So keep that in mind depending on what you think you'd like to create for the background. I thought this circle would look really great You could do the full background of blending and then just add like a little hill in the front so that they can sit on that. There's so many ways that you could do something with these houses. This is just the idea I came up with at the time. Don't be surprised if you see them multiple times on the channel, just because I know that I will use them again. And then I did bring in a little bit of gold splatter just to splatter that on the background. I thought that it would look really pretty to have a little bit of gold detail with this. I know that gold looks beautiful with pink. Gold looks beautiful with pretty much everything. So I just adhered the stencil onto my glass mat, and then I'm laying the blended piece underneath. You're going to see here in a second. And then that allows me to splatter on that gold to kind of add that starry night. And I am also going to cut the moon out of gold here in a moment. You're going to see that. So I just really quickly want to say thank you to anybody who bought from my stationery collection. I cannot express how much I appreciate you. I am so excited for you to get your parcels in hand, and I cannot wait to see what you guys create with them. You will see stuff on the channel, you know, using my brand new washi tapes, using the different products. You would have seen the video on Thursday when I used all the products in my bullet journal, especially the stickers. But I cannot express how much it means to me. You guys wanted to check out my collection. So thank you so much. You are amazing. I greatly appreciate you. So here, this is that little moon I wanted to cut out. So I have a piece of gold cardstock here. It's like a pearly gold, and I'm cutting the moon out of it. This moon is actually from the Holtz Haunted House dies. I don't know if it's still available. If it is, as always, I will always link to everything I use down in the description. Sometimes I can't link you to the exact one I use, but I try to find something very similar. So keep your eye out for that. If you ever have any questions about what I've used, they are linked in the description. So I'll show you the die right here. It's just that little moon. And then I'm going to pop out all of the pieces from everything, all the windows. I think the doors are all solid. The roofs are all solid. So it's mostly just the windows that I need to pop out. And everything is going to be blended in Kitsch Flamingo. You could choose any pink here. That is the pink that I went with. I went between Kitsch Flamingo and Spun Sugar, but I wanted it to be a very vibrant pink. So I end up picking Kitsch Flamingo. But again, like I said, you could easily alter this to be any color palette that you lean towards, you know, because these are so whimsical that you could do them in greens or blues or pinks or oranges. Like, it really wouldn't matter. You can make a rainbow. Don't be surprised if you see rainbow houses down the road. You guys know I love the rainbow color palette. It is my favorite. So I will kind of probably lean towards that later. But I did go in with little blending brushes for anything small. And then I did use my dome foams for the background because it was a bigger area. And I find that a lot easier to cover with the dome foams. But any blending tool you have here should work. So I went over every extra piece with the pink. So like the roofs are pink, the doors are pink, the windowsills are pink, everything is pink except the house itself. That will stay white, and of course the inside of the window, which you guys saw me do in mustard seed. And then for a little bit of added whimsy, I did go in with a little bit of picked raspberry here and there. You're going to see me do that next. I went in and just kind of added it to random areas. That just deepens the color and adds a little bit of something extra. You can leave it one solid color because with the blending brush, I find that there's some variation anyways. It's not a solid blend, which is something I really enjoy for something like this. But to add that little bit of something extra, I did just go in and gently add a little bit of picked raspberry across most pieces. I think I tried to hit one piece from every house. And like I said, I do have 9 houses because I have 3 going on each card. So here is where I'm adding just that little bit of a deeper pink on random areas, especially on the roofs, because I'm trying to treat that like a shadow. So it's just kind of in random different areas, just to add a little bit of more interest and texture and variation to this solid pink. Bunch of trimmings, I guess. I'll call them house trimmings. And I did also cut out the chimney for the one house just because I thought it was super cute. So here I'm just going to adhere them. I did need my reverse tweezers. Some of these pieces are quite small, but I think that it worked out really fun. And if you guys like houses, you wait until you see my July 1st card. If you guys don't know, July is Christmas in July. Every video done that month, with the exception of my bullet journal and the Simon Says stamp kit, because of course that is what's in the kit. I don't choose that. And it's not Christmas themed. We've already seen what they've released, and it'll be fun. It's geometric shapes, so you guys just wait. But outside of those 2 projects, everything will be Christmas themed. And I just finished my first one, the challenge card, last night. So I cannot wait for you guys to see that. But of course that will come it's not July 1st. Sorry. It is, I think it's 3rd, whatever the first Monday or Thursday is of the month. That will be my challenge card. But yes, I'm really excited to see you guys see that, because it is another set of really cute houses that I'm really stoked for you guys to see. So speaking of the Simon Says Stamp challenge, the 5 cards 1 kit, that actually will be out for you guys on Thursday. So look out for that if that's of interest to you. I think they turned out pretty great, considering I was quite intimidated by that kit, having it be more of a grunge style kit, carnival themed, kind of more of a grunge, just because Tim Holtz had done a lot of it, so he likes the browns. So I was a little intimidated going into that kit, but I think that I came up with some really fun card ideas. So you guys will see that on Thursday. So hopefully you're kind of enjoying that new old series. So I brought in a sentiment here. It just says, just saying hello. I thought it was such a fun sentiment just for this card design, because it's just a cute bunch of houses. I mean, it could be like, you could wait and do this more Halloween themed, and these houses could probably lend themselves really great to kind of a spookier theme, but I just wanted cute pink houses with a navy background, so that is what I went for. And then I did stack them up. I have the 2 in the back flatly glued onto the card base, or card front, sorry, and then I brought in these thin 3D foam squares. They are about 1/8 of an inch thick, so it really adds a small amount of dimension, but it still adds a little bit of something. So they're easy to mail. They don't add a lot of bulk, but it does give it just a little bit more definition and interest. So that is kind of something you guys know I enjoy. And then I did tuck that sentiment under the houses there, just to kind of make it feel more cohesive. And of course, here is that really fun moon. Again, I think the moon is meant to be creepy, but I just think it's cool. So that's kind of what I went for. And you guys know I love the pearls. And because I don't have any white ones, although I do have new white ones coming with my July kit. So there is that. I got them in this one. I am trying to, use different embellishments that I have in my collection and not always reach for the white ones. So it is challenging me to use different things, which is always a good thing in my opinion. But I did add just a couple of these gold pearls across the front, and that's pretty much the card design. So I think that they turned out really fun. You guys will have to let me know your thoughts. I mean, I'm not trying to be biased, but I think that I come up with some great card ideas. I'm always pretty excited by what I make. So it's always interesting to see which designs resonate with you guys as to, what you end up really liking out of what I've created. But I love these. I think they turned out so fun. And I am really excited to get my hands on the other bits from this collection. There's, like I said, the Whimsical Blooms, which is just some really funky florals. And there's also a little collection that has like a cat and a dog and a couple of other things to go with the scenes. So you guys know I need the little cat. I'll have to do like houses and a whole bunch of cats or something, just because that's very fitting for me. But yeah, that is the card design I have for you guys today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you'll leave me a like, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do new videos every Monday and Thursday. And as I said, Christmas in July is quickly coming our way. I have already done the first video of the month just because I try to get everything done early because I'm starting work on my next stationery collection. I'm focusing on it. It is going to be more fall themed, so I'm leaning towards more mushrooms and that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tulip collection, and then I'm going to start working on the mushroom collection. So that will be a lot of fun. And a big, huge thank you to my members. You guys are phenomenal. I cannot express what it means to me that you want to support my channel. So thank you guys so much. All right, I will see you guys again very soon for the next video. Bye-bye for now.